I guess this one. Hello and welcome. Today we will be taking a look at the Marvel Legends, War Machine, and Omega Red 2-pack. This set is a Walmart exclusive. It retails for $50, and it goes for about the same on the aftermarket. So let's see if it's worth it. Come on. So, starting off with War Machine, here he is at a box for accessories. You get these two open palm hands. They do have holes for blasting effects. You get his proton cannon, which you can mount on his shoulder. You get this effect to put in the proton cannon. And you get this rocket you can also put in the proton cannon. Both these actually have holes in the bottom, but there's no stand to put them on, so I don't know what's up with that. So for the figure himself, he's looking pretty shiny. This is a really nice head sculpt. It is just black plastic under the eyes. The faceplate is extremely metallic-y, while the rest of the body is more of a pearlescent color. Even the neck. And the arc reactor. This belt piece is actually just as metallic as the helmet. The pearlescent is extremely smooth, while the black is more of a gritty texture. It's a completely different texture down here for some reason. It's way rougher. The double joints really ruin how the back of the legs look. Of course, they couldn't make the legs pinless, though the arms are pinless. Overall, it's sculpted pretty well. As far as I can tell, the elbows, the hands, and all of the legs are reused. So, for articulation, he can look up that far, down that far, so barely anything there, a decent amount of tilt, and he can look all the way around. I'm pretty sure there's a ball in the head and a ball at the neck. The arm can go up that far. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, so it can go in that far. The cuff definitely gets in the way. There is no cuff swivel, and then swivel, and hinge at the hand, even though the hinge is extremely tight for some reason. There is no butterfly joint, but it can spin all the way around. The torso can go back that far, forward that far. There is just a single ab crunch, and there is a waist swivel. The legs can go out that far, which is really far. There is a thigh swivel, and they can kick back that far, and forward that far. Double jointed knees so they can go back that far. They feel extremely flimsy. And the foot can go back that far, forward that far. Nice side to side. The spot where you plug on the proton cannon can actually slide down the back. So grab the cannon, stick it on. And there it is, so you can have them rest it, prepare it, or shoot it. Swap the hands. If you wanted to, you could stick this in. Looks pretty good. And I thought you could stick this in there, but apparently not, unless he wants to blow himself up. I think this is a pretty cool figure, but I'm kind of disappointed with a few things. I wish he came with regular blast effects for his hands and feet. He should have came with a stand for the big blast effect and the missile. They should have made his legs pinless. And he isn't completely accurate to the game. I think really the only difference is the legs. I've seen a couple people swap them with the modular repaint, and it looks pretty good. You might have to do a little painting though. Now for Omega Red, here he is at a box for accessories. You get this open palm hand to make a full set, this fist hand to make a full set, these two short tendrils, they are pretty stiff, and these two long tendrils, which are actually pretty bendy. So for the figure himself, looking pretty pissed. It is a really nice head sculpt. There's some nice shading around the eyes. He's got some metal on his cheeks. The teeth almost look real. The hair's really stiff, but it's also got some nice shading all the way around. And so does the ponytail, which can move all the way around. The symbol is raised on his headband. He's got some big ass shoulder pads. The crimson color is painted on. I think all the silver is painted on too because it looks like it's actually molded to the strap. Which is kind of crazy because they painted the whole thing. Looks like it kind of overflowed right there. He's got these silver canisters on his chest. I'm not sure what they're used for. The paint's kind of splotchy right there too. There aren't any on the back. He's got a silver belt buckle. The belt is kind of bowed on mine. The knees have some crimson paint on them. But I believe the silver is actually a separate mold. They just had to leave the legs pinned. The biceps also have armor, but they are separate molds. The spot for the tendrils just has silver paint. And the armor plate on the hand is molded on, so the silver is just painted on and the symbol is not raised. This whole thing is an overlay, but it barely moves. As far as sculpting, the only new sculpting is the head sculpt, the overlay, the arms, and the knee pieces. So for articulation, he can barely look up, barely look down. There's no tilt, and he can barely look side to side. There is a hinge at the neck and a ball in the head. His arm can go up that far. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows so they can go in that far, and then swivel and hinge at the hand, even though it is also extremely tight. There is an ab crunch, but it's kind of limited by the shoulder armor. That's as far back. That's as far forward. The torso can go back that far, forward that far. It is just a ab crunch, and then there is a waist swivel. The legs can go out that far. There is a thigh swivel, and they can kick back that far and forward that far. Double jointed knees so they can go back that far, and then the foot can go back that far, forward that far. Nice side to side. Pop this hand out. Swap this one in. Stick the short ones in. Not bad. Stick the longer ones in. And that looks way cooler. I really like this figure. It's got pretty good articulation. It looks just like he does in the game. And I think it's way better than the previous two iterations. Though I wish they would have made the legs pinless. And I wish they would have given him an extra non-screaming head sculpt with maybe swappable windblown hair. But for me, he is definitely the star of this 2-pack. I don't have modular Iron Man, so here they are next to Model 20 Iron Man and Doctor Strange, Model 1 Iron Man and Maximum Hulk, CT Brown Suit Wolverine and Scarlet Spider, Cable and Silver Samurai, Captain America and Venom, and Psylocke and Thanos. War Machine is definitely starting to grow on me. I was hoping they'd make a version that matches the Model 20 Iron Man, but now I'm actually considering getting the modular Iron Man to go with this. As for Omega Red, he's still probably the highlight of this 2-pack in my opinion. If you have either of the two previous versions, this is definitely a worthy upgrade. I think $45 is the perfect price, but if you pay around $50, I don't think you'd be disappointed. Hopefully now that we're a few months into 2026, Hasbro learns how to not use pins. So far so good, I'm pretty sure. So, as always, thank you for watching, happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.